Good morning, everybody. You may have noticed that this is not my normal look when I do videos, and I'm not in the normal places where I am when I do videos. Today, I'm bringing you into my morning routine so that I can show you a little bit about what I'm learning about the Savvy Minerals makeup. But before we do that, I want to take a minute and just kind of talk through some of the things that may be lurking in your cosmetic drawer right now. Fellas, if you're watching, don't turn off, because you may have a mama, a sister, a daughter, or even your significant other who's putting this stuff on their face every day. You could help them learn a little bit about what they're using on their skin every day. So let's take a look at what some of the common ingredients that are found in today's makeup. So if you go to Target and you go through their line, these are some of the things that you might find if you were to test those makeups. The first one is talc. Some talc, baby powder, you may know it as, is known to be carcinogen. It also is known to have the ability to turn itself into asbestos. Our local TV channel just did a news report on a sparkle and shine makeup that they were able to pick up at the store Justice. When they had that makeup tested, they found that the talc had transferred itself somehow chemically into asbestos, and inside these little girl makeups actually was asbestos. When asbestos gets on the lungs, it cannot leave, and it is highly toxic, can turn to lung cancer fairly quickly. It needs to be avoided. Lead. We know that lead is not good for us. On the FDA's website, it actually states that 99% of all cosmetics contain lead, and that a little bit is safe. But here's my question. Who determines what a little bit is for me? I should be the one that makes that determination, not a governmental agency. Bismuth. Now this one can often lead to nasty rashes or severe acne. Adult onset acne is huge. I mean, huge. You go into any ladies ministry meeting and there are going to be ladies there that are going to tell you that they have embarrassing acne on their face. And maybe they didn't have it as a child, but they've developed it as an adult. Chances are it could be coming from the makeup that they're using. Mineral oil is also a common ingredient found in baby lotions, cold creams, ointments, and cosmetics, and it's a petrochemical. It needs to be eliminated. Parabens can mimic estrogen and act as a potential hormone disruptor, endocrine disruptor. Parabens have also been found in biopsied breast tissue. So again, we are what we absorb, and if you're putting this on your face, chances are it is traveling somewhere else in your body. Mercury, when this enters the body, it's stored in your kidneys, your blood, your spleen, your brain, your liver, your bones, and your fatty tissue. And I had no idea, guys, no idea on this last one. But I suffer from celiac disease, and I had no idea that some makeup actually contains elements of gluten and could be continuing to keep my system disrupted. So these are some of the things that are in your makeup right now. And I'm happy to say I have an alternative. You knew I was going there, didn't you? Savvy Minerals Makeup by Young Living contains absolutely none of those ingredients that I just listed. Hallelujah! And so today I come to you makeup free, and I want to show you I by no means am an expert on makeup applying, and truth be told, since my mom uniform usually consists of a coffee or oils t-shirt and a pair of jeans and yoga pants, I really don't need to apply a ton of makeup. But I do have a couple of areas, and I'm going to show you. I do have a couple of areas that I want to show you that I like to hide, I need to hide, and how I'm doing that using the Savvy Minerals makeup. All right, I'm blind as a bat, so I do have to take these off now to apply the makeup. But I'm going to get close to my screen, and I hope you'll see, I hope it comes across on the video, but I do have a couple of age spots. And I also suffer from rosacea on both of my cheeks. You'll also see, as I've aged, my freckles, and I have a little bit of a pigmentation issue on my forehead come across. So that's enough. I'm going to back up so you don't see all my flaws. And now I'm going to show you how I use the Savvy Minerals makeup to help smooth all of that. The first thing that I do is I'm using two different colors offset. So I'm using my base color, my overall color is a cool 2, but I'm using a warm 1 as my concealer. So that's kind of my first step. The other thing with this makeup is that I'm finding that it works best for me when my brushes are a little bit wet when I do this first step. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take my flat tip brush. This is the brush that I use for all of my concealing. And I'm going to just put it, where'd it go? I'm going to put a little bit on my brush. So now my brush is wet. And just like I would do if I'm watercoloring, I'm going to take my brush down into my foundation, and I'm going to come in here in the baggage area that all of us mamas have. Yep, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cover my bags. And I kind of go up a little bit into the crease just to kind of smooth it out. And I'm going to continue this on both sides. And then I'm going to take the same tip and the same technique, and I'm going to cover the age spots on my face, and I'm going to cover the rosacea spots. I'm not going super heavy because when I come through, and hopefully by now you can see that that's already kind of starting to blend in, and I just take my finger and lightly kind of adjust it. All right. Now let's go to those dreaded age spots. I'm going to come right up close so you can kind of see. And yeah, it actually looks like I'm painting it right on for now. But this will all get smoothed out when we put that final stage in. And I'm just going to kind of smooth this out over the rosacea spot, over those age spots. I'm going to do a little bit on the tricky areas on my forehead and just kind of cover them up. And over on the other side. And just keep going, keep working it in. If you have any scarring or any dark spots that you don't like, you can just kind of come in and mark those. Okay, so at this point, the concealer on my face, I call this done. You may not, you might want to go a little bit heavier. I don't really go super heavy with my makeup. I like a more natural look. So now, like I said, I'm taking Cool 2 with it. And with this, I just have a lightly spritzed brush. I'm using, right now, my setting spray hasn't come in yet. So I'm using our Lavaderm product. And just so that it holds the powder on the brush. So when you go, you're not in a plume of smoke and all that kind of stuff. And now I just work that in circular motions all over my face. I'm just going to work the foundation all over the concealing spots that I just did, kind of blend them in with the bristles of the brush, and continue to work that until you're happy with the results. Doesn't take long. And everybody's level of contouring and how they learned how to apply makeup is a little bit slightly different, I recognize, and I'm probably breaking all kinds of rules. But for me, this is what works. And honestly, as a busy mama, it needs to be quick and easy, and I need to feel comfortable when it's done. I usually focus on my cheeks a little bit more because that is where the rosacea and my troublesome spots are. Obviously, everybody knows their own spots. And now, as you can see, my eyes are nice and bright. You don't see the rosacea isn't the first thing you see when you look at me. My forehead looks much more blended, and yeah, you can see my age spots a little bit. I probably could have gone a little bit heavier with them, but they're not the first thing that stands out when you look at me. It's very, very soft makeup. You don't feel like you're wearing anything. It's just a real light powder. So the next thing that I'm working with is our blush. And I like kind of a warmer tone. That's just what I've always worn. And again, you're going to do this the exact same way. Just take it into the lid. Always work in your lids. Don't put your wet brushes down into your makeup. Always work into your lid. Tap, 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 so that you get that excess powder, and then be like Nike and just swoosh it. So I smile because that's where the apples of my cheek is, and I take it in an upward motion. Again, I'm sure there's probably some makeup person who's like, you're doing it all wrong, but there we go. And my blush is on, and we're done. The thing that I was the most nervous about was our Savvy Minerals eyeliner. I don't do much on my eyes. I do eyeliner and I do mascara. And so our Savvy eyeliner is actually powder. I know, it's craziness. And so I was really, really nervous. I mean, very nervous. And I'll be honest and say I'm still playing with it a little bit, but one of the tricks that I've found, the two brushes that I'm kind of playing with at the present moment, is the angled brush and then the applicator sponge. It just looks, it's got much more control with this on the actual eye. But here is the trick of the day. So I've taken one of my old lavender bottles. It didn't have anything in it, and I've just filled it with some water. And since these brushes need to be wet, I'm using just the lavender water as my wetting application. I keep this in my makeup container. And when I'm ready to do my eyeliner, I dip my brush down into the lavender water. And you may be asking, but lavender is actually really great for eyelashes. And so a tip I learned a long time ago was to drop a drop of it down into my mascara tube so that it keeps the eyelashes healthy and happy. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking, just like a painter's palette, just like you were watercoloring, my wet brush down into my eyeliner. And now I can take this sponge application brush, and it's a little bit difficult to do while talking. And yes, I do I'm one of those who opens my mouth while I put my eyeliner on. And it's that simple. And I kind of flesh it out a little bit. I might go back and futz with it. I am doing the eyeliner first before I do anything else on my face. And I mean, you can see it's just, my eyes look wide open. They don't get clumpy. They don't get goopy. And at the end of the day, I actually took a picture the other day of, I put my full face on, did not touch it up. At the end of the day, what it looked like at the end is exactly what it looked like at the beginning. Awesome. So that's my tip for the eyeliner. And then I finish it up with my Savvy Minerals lipstick. And this lipstick has, finished it. This lipstick has peppermint oil in it. And peppermint oil is great, a natural plumper for your lips. So my top lip, it needs a little help. It's kind of flat. And so I love the fact that the Savvy Minerals lipstick will help naturally plump it with that peppermint. And I've got to tell you, it's been a long time since I have had any kind of makeup that has literally made me feel confident and beautiful. And if you know me at all, you know that that is two things that I don't use to describe myself at all. I struggle with self-esteem. But since I have been using this makeup, I have felt incredible. absolutely incredible, even in my mom gear. So I hope that you found some fun tidbits or learned something about the potentials in your makeup. And if you have any questions, I'm here to help. You can find me at www.moreinyour24.com, or you can also find me at moreinyour24 on Instagram and on Facebook. Come find me, ask me your questions. Let me know what you're doing with the Savvy Minerals. And if you don't have Savvy Minerals yet, you might want to make the investment. Ask me how you can do that. Bye guys, thanks for watching.